It has been nearly 5 months since the fall of Ba'ath Syria under Bashar al-Assad, who fled to a sugar daddy country, Russia. Now the country is under a transitional government under Zelensky, who did a woke rebrand before taking advantage of both the Ukraine and Gaza wars, which Assad's allies, Russia and Iran, were too distracted by, and speed ran the liberation of Syria. Anyway, since I haven't done much television-related content lately, I decided to look at the relaunch of Syria's main news channel and went, content! But that's not the point. What interests me is how rapidly the environment of the Middle Eastern country is changing, to the point that it would eventually become a popular tourist destination sometime in the future. If things go right, that is. Not like Libya, which is still divided and in chaos. As usual, we'll go through a boring history lesson before looking through the new alikhbaria channel. Syrian television was born in 1960 when the country was married to Egypt because Nasser said so. A whole year later, Syria went through a tough divorce and became a country in its own again, before becoming a Ba'ath state 3 years later. Much of the Syrian television archive during the 1960s is pretty much lost at this point, and all I can find is a bunch of still images depicting what Syrian TV looked like back then. The oldest video archive of Syrian TV is this misdated video by Eiffel DX, which I also thought was from 1984, as said in the title. Television in Syria was monopolized by the first channel until 1985, when the second channel was launched. Satellite broadcasts would also commence a whopping 10 years later. Anyway, Syrian TV would remain very primitive looking until the mid-2000s, a while after Hafez al-Assad's son, Bashar, took over the country after the former died in 2000 after ruling the country for nearly 3 decades. Syrian state TV would go through a massive revamp, with high-quality station IDs being made. They really went from this South Park-looking short and Pink Panther playing football with a bunch of children to models doing acrobatics and an old man farming. Later in 2010, the Syrian news channel was officially launched. This was a whole year before the Syrian Revolution began. Like with all other Syrian media, Assad used the Syrian news channel to pump out spicy propaganda. As a result, the channel was targeted numerous times during the civil war, from hijackings, attacks, stormings, and whatnot. But surprisingly, they were kinda busy upgrading the graphics of their channels in 2018, as they were a video game or something. They were also busy pumping out propaganda and banger music as usual. One popular Syrian propaganda song even became a viral internet meme globally. Fast forward, the year 2024 was just about to end, but then something astonishing happened. What was once unthinkable just happened. Assad was overthrown. A whole announcement was broadcast on Syrian TV telling people that Assad is now gone and Syria is finally free after nearly 14 years of civil war and around 6 decades of torture and brutality under the Ba'athists, especially the Assad family. Many Syrian channels, including the Syrian news channel, went off the air for unknown reasons. The main Syrian channel also went off the air, along with their website being down. But then, this announcement page appeared. And on top of that, they announced that the news channel was being relaunched. Let's first talk about the new logo. It kinda looks like it came straight from Tron, but I like the futuristic aesthetic, almost like it's predicting that Syria would look something like this in the near future. The graphics are also impressive, with a nice touch of the color teal, kinda doing things like BBC Two back in the day. The one thing that's off is the font, though. Could've gone with this font, but I guess it's their choice. Either way, their graphics are really good for a country that's been at war for over a decade. The channel launched on May 5, 2025 at 5 p.m. Damascus time. Looks like 5 is their lucky number rather than 7. This launch date and time were announced a while ago, on April 20. A while before the official launch, alikhbaria began test broadcasts via 3 satellites, including Egypt's Nilesat. The satellite's name gives it away. The channel was also incorporated into the video hotspot on Qatar's SHIL-2. Prior to the channel's relaunch, as all state TV was down following Assad's downfall, people relied on social media for further updates and whatnot. I, who's not Syrian but interested in geopolitics, check the Syria and Syrian civil war subreddits back and forth to see what's happening in the country. There were plans to relaunch state media from fresh before, but so far they only relaunched the news channel because sanctions. Nobody likes them as they cripple an entire country. The deteriorated TV infrastructure is also another challenge. In a Twitter post, Syria's information minister stated that he hopes the channel will rebuild state media, as well as trust with all Syrians. Now, the graphics are impressive and it's even broadcasting in HD, but I still have high hopes for the channel. Will it air propaganda from the new government? I don't really know. But it doesn't mean I trust the new government due to the president's not-so-nice past, both under al-Nusra and HTS. But I guess he read why nations fell and decided to focus on rebuilding Syria into developed democracy. I can't go through further details as I don't want YouTube to kick me in the balls. Following alikhbaria's relaunch, I'm sure that ORTAS, the state broadcaster of Syria, will slowly relaunch all of its radio and television stations, as well as bring terrestrial TV back to the country, as it has been shut down completely during the civil war, now that Assad has been Assaded. Looks like crazy shit's been happening before GTA 6 gets to see the light of the day, and there'll be even more crazy shit happening since the game got delayed. I promise not to milk the GTA 6 joke though. Oh wait, India and Pakistan are gonna go back to war now? It's already happening, folks! Anyway, I wish the best for all Syrians while they rebuild their country. Anyway, that's all for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys when I have the opportunity to do so. Peace.